Hi! Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name's Meredith Phillips. It has been a really long time since I've made a video. It's been like 4 months. Yeah, that wasn't exactly planned. Let me just, look, I wrote a script and everything because I don't know, I feel like I don't know what I'm doing anymore. So let me just go through this, okay? There's no way to catch you up on all of the various things that have gone on over the last 4 months of my life. There has been very little writing, although there has been writing, especially in the last couple weeks to a month. There's been some really awesome things that have happened. There's been some really stressful things that have happened. And yeah, there's just a lot. So I'm not even going to bother trying to detail out all of the various things. There was just a lot. And when things sort of started to get rolling, like early June, I was getting really stressed and I thought, okay, I need to take something off my plate. And I thought, okay, I'm going to quit videos for like a week, maybe 2. And then it was 4 months. So I do apologize for not like posting anything to let you guys know, hey, I'm just on a break for some amount of time. Like I should have posted something, but I kept thinking like, okay, next weekend I'll come back with a video next weekend. And then it was a long time. So anyway, I am back for the foreseeable future. I did have quite a few people reach out to me with emails or direct messages or comments on other videos, just asking like, hey, hope you're cool, or I'm thinking about you. So I really appreciate that if you sent me something. That was really kind. It felt good to get those kind of messages. So thank you very much. They were very much appreciated. Some things have calmed down sort of a little bit, not really honestly, but things have evened out enough where I feel like I can start doing videos again. I can really get back into writing again. And against all odds, I am actually excited about NaNoWriMo. Earlier this year, I was thinking that I was probably going to skip NaNoWriMo 2022, or at the very least go into it as like a rebel. If you've been around my channel for a while, you know earlier in the year I was really deep into trying to revise project model RomCom into some form that would be readable by other human beings. And I just thought, you know, that's what I was really trying to work on. And I thought, I don't want to start something new. I don't have a new draft I'm going to be starting in November or in that time period. So I thought maybe I'll go into it with like an editing goal or something like that. Well, you know, things have like changed a little bit. So what's the status of Project Model RomCom, you might be wondering? It is officially on the back burner. And I'll be real honest, I don't know what I'm going to do with that project. I really don't know. I like the project a lot. I think the whole premise is really fun. I spent a long time working on it, like 2 years maybe? When did I don't even know. I spent a long time working on it though. I really don't feel motivated to work on it. I really am being drawn to other types of projects at the moment. No matter what ends up happening, if I end up going back to it, if I end up completely discarding it, I do not feel like the time I spent on it was a waste of time, because I learned a lot about the writing craft, about creating characters, about my writing process, about a lot of different things when I was working on it. And I don't feel like that experience is going to go to waste. So if that's all I ever get out of that project, that's fine with me. I will be totally happy. Now, this is coming at a really interesting time for me, I guess. I don't know. There's a website. There's a little website. I know some of you know what it is. It's a little gossipy website. It is my total guilty pleasure going over there and reading through all of the various threads. Basically what it's there for is for people to talk about people on YouTube, not just people within the writing community. It's a big forum. You can talk about anyone you want who's on YouTube in some capacity. But there is a small section for booktubers and authortubers. And I do like reading through those threads because I find them really fun. You know, some people are like, that's a terrible website. How could people do that? But I'm like, dude, let them have their time to complain about people that they don't like on this other website and not be doing it in comments on people's videos or posts or whatever. Like, I think it's totally fine. But They do have an AuthorTube thread, and they oftentimes get into discussions about things that they really are enjoying on AuthorTube, things that they're not enjoying on AuthorTube, creators they like, don't like for whatever reason. Sometimes it's really subjective stuff where they're like, I don't like this person because of this one thing that they do that I don't like, and that's fine. You know, not everyone's for everyone. But sometimes they do get into discussions about trends on AuthorTube or things they are seeing, and they're giving an honest critique. And a lot of times the critiques that they give are pretty accurate, and I agree with not everything, but a lot of it. And one of the recent things that was discussed was how AuthorTubers never finish projects. They're just constantly bumping to the next project or jumping to the next project, and they never finish anything. They do 3 drafts of this, and they start a new draft of that, and they send it to beta readers, but then they shelve it, and like, we're all over the place, right? And when that whole discussion started up, it was right at the point where I was like, I think I'm gonna like put Project Model RomCom to the side. And then this whole discussion started, and I was like, I'm doing the exact thing that they were complaining about. And it is true. Like, if you've been around AuthorTube for a year or so, you've seen probably a lot of people you follow where they start something or they're in the middle of something and then they start something new, and we're bouncing between projects because we're not professional writers. None of us are on a deadline, or most of us. There are some people who are published authors, you know, in some capacity who are on deadlines, but a lot of the people on AuthorTube are really just using their channel and their writing. It's a hobby for the moment. A lot of us would like to turn it into something more, but at the moment it's a hobby. And I can definitely understand how it can be frustrating to watch people constantly bouncing back and forth between projects and never really finishing anything. I do get that. Learning how to write is a difficult thing, right? It's not that you're gonna write your very first draft and boom, it's a New York Times bestseller. Like, that's not usually what happens. I do try to be really honest with you guys when I'm struggling with something, when I can't figure something out, when I'm stuck on something. I'm hoping that if you've been here on my channel for a little while, I'm hoping that you are just along for the ride. I don't know what I'm doing most of the time. Surprise. I feel like I say that often, where I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna like poke at it a little bit. I don't know. So I hope you don't feel frustrated that I'm stopping one project and starting something new for NaNoWriMo. I'm trying out different things and waiting for something to stick. So apologies to everyone who was waiting for me to finish Project Model RomCom. Maybe I'll finish it. I'm not saying no, but it's not going to be anytime soon. It is what it is. I'm fine with it. So why am I participating in NaNoWriMo this year when last year was such a crazy mess? I do plan to aim for 50,000 words because I'm me and that's what I do. I really can't resist the challenge. It's just fun. It's really fun. The project that I'm going to be working on during Nano is something I've had in the back of my brain in various forms for honestly years now. I've started doing some brain dump outlining kind of notes and stuff over the past couple weeks, maybe the last month or so. I will get more into details on the new project in another video coming later this month. But I'm really excited about it, and I don't want to brag here, okay? But I have created 2 of the most in-depth, detailed, realistic characters that I think I've personally ever created. I'm really excited about the characters. Typically for me, I'm really excited about like the premise or the hook or like the story elements. I'm really excited about these characters though. I will share more about how I created the characters in a video. I think next week's video is going to be about character creation. Because when I'm reading a book, if I don't connect with the characters, it falls flat for me. And I think that's true for a lot of people. So character creation is really important, and it's something I've always struggled with, and I found a golden key to character creation, and I'll share it with you next week. But my plan for the rest of October is to finish outlining the rest of the book. I like scene by scene outlines, really detailed, because otherwise I go off in crazy directions and write myself into corners and it's a mess. So I do need that detailed outline for myself if I want to end up with any kind of decent first draft. So I do have a pretty good chunk of an outline done at this point, but I need to go back in and refine some things and fiddle with stuff, you know. The other thing I would like to do is to get a better idea of the other books I have in my head for the rest of this series, because no, I can't write just one book. I have to think of like 6 books at the same time. So there's a variety of characters across these books that I have in mind, and I need to make sure dates line up with certain things. Like if in the first book one of the characters is 17, then he needs to be able to age appropriately as the books go on. You know what I mean? So anyway, I want to do that kind of stuff. This whole project is just spiraled out of control. I am going to try to post vlogs for you on Fridays this month, like I have in the past. If I miss a vlog, I'm not going to be too sad about it, okay? Again, I really want to have fun with NaNoWriMo this year. And if things in life get really crazy and stressful, I have to take a step back from either the writing or the video creation, and I would rather take a step back from the video creation than the writing. One really nice thing about working on this project, as I have been over the last couple weeks, was that I wasn't filming anything. I wasn't vlogging it. I wasn't posting anything about it. It was just me and the words and the characters and the time period, and it was great. If I felt motivated to sit down and write and I did stuff for like 10 minutes and then I was done, it was fine. If I felt motivated to write and I sat down and worked for like 3 hours on it, fine. But you know, when you're vlogging, there is a little bit of pressure. You have to be doing some kind of significant chunk of time working on the writing. Otherwise your vlog is going to be like 1.5 minutes long, right? I didn't have that pressure. And it was really nice just to work on it when I felt like it, not work on it when I didn't feel like it, and just let it be this fluid kind of thing. I'm not saying that that's necessarily a good strategy if you really want to make progress, steady progress. I do think consistency and self-discipline are really important to make progress in any kind of project you're working on. But for a short period of time, writing when I felt like it felt really good. So like I said, I'll get more into the project details in a video later this month, but for now, this video is plenty long, and it's time to get working on that Preptober stuff. So let me know, are you participating in NaNoWriMo this year? And if so, do you already have a project in mind, or are you waffling between a couple projects? Do you have absolutely nothing in mind? Let me know where you are in sort of the brainstorming process. I would also really love to know your thoughts on AuthorTubers, abandoning projects, flipping between projects, jumping back and forth, never really finishing anything. Like, does that bother you? Or do you just view that as part of the process of becoming an actual published author? Published authors, for the most part, have written a lot of books that will never see the light of day. Anyway, let me know all that in the comments. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, make sure you click the subscribe button. I am planning to hopefully post videos on Tuesdays and Fridays, definitely Tuesdays. Fridays, I'm gonna really try hard, okay? Just, I'm giving myself grace if necessary. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye. I did so much rambling in this video, my gosh.